Good evening. I'm Rochelle Horvath, Magic Weaver. Welcome. Oh my gosh, the energy the last few days. We're coming into our equinox, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed the energy. Today I could nap my day away. Yesterday was a beautiful sunny day. Lots of energy. Today, not so much. Howdy, Gwen. And also with the energy, who notices that they've been falling back into anger or frustration just over the last few days, kind of shifting back and forth where things have been flippy floppy. I know I had, and just odd things that I was frustrated about or made me just go like, what the heck is going on? So a big thing is remember that the moment we become angry and frustrated with others, life, or the situation, particular thing that's going on, right? That is the moment that we are falling back into the grip of ego, back into that unconsciousness. That's when we have let go of our grounding and we are no longer seated in. It's important to remain calm for the sake of our own selves and for other beings. And our ego loves stress, to stress over things. When we're in stress mode, we are lowering the vibration in our frequency. So that was yesterday. I noticed there was just a few things, and they were silly things. They weren't very big, that had gotten me frustrated. And my husband even mentioned, like, hey, what's going on there? And I was like, oh, I don't know, but I can feel it. I'm being pulled into this. So we have to remember, misery loves company, right? That negativity is highly contagious. People love to hear crappy news. They love to hear, oh, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? Did you hear this? Or when we're feeling things are going wrong, right? We love to share that information, share that energy. So how can we stop being so stimulated by that story, right? How do we move out of that energy? So finding ourselves, how do we get to a neutral space of the presence where it just is able to go through you, instead of to sit in there letting that negativity engage with you. How do you stop that? And always remember, you're a work in progress, right? So we're going to feel these things. And with the energy that's with us right now from spring, moving into this new spring energy, this rebirth. So we're clearing that out. We just finished. We've had so many things going on within the atmosphere as well. We've got retrogrades going on. We just had the blood moon going on, right? So it's like we're in this topsy-turvy constantly going on. So how do we keep ourselves clear? When we practice keeping ourselves clear, negativity has nothing to stick to. It's not able to glob on. So negative energy is always looking for that space where it can hop on. So you'll notice that in different areas where there's a lot of negative in the workplace, right? That negativity just globs on, hangs on. Everybody ends up going into that lower frequency, trying to hang on. We don't want to be in that space. So if it's unable to connect into your frequency, then it just moves on. It's able to be transmuted into a more positive energy. So changing the frequency just enables it to dissolve that negative frequency. So that's the goal, is how are we able to bring it in and change it out. There's many different ways of playing some frequency music, bringing that into the picture, bringing forward that positive energy. Sit in meditation, just to sit in the quiet within yourself is a wonderful way to be able to breathe. So a method of breathing that can bring you into this space where you're neutral is envision that you have a feather. Take your finger, or a feather for that matter, and place it under your nose. And you're breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And you don't want the feather to ruffle. So breathing in a deep breath in, and don't allow that feather to ruffle. And then breathe out, same thing. Don't allow the feather to ruffle. How are you able to just breathe in that calm manner, not ruffling the feathers? So, and like I said, with this equinox coming up here Thursday night, Friday, that energy is bringing in that fresh spring energy. It's clearing out all the old winter energy. And we layer it on just like we layer on the clothes through the winter, right? So we're shedding those last layers of winter. We are clearing out and taking out that stagnation, that final frost, that final cold. Get rid of those layers. So, and we're awakening to the fresh new blooms. So how do we keep ourselves? So, and today I thought would be really good to start switching out that energy. So the layers that are prepared and ready to move, we're bringing in that equinox, that spring energy. So today, like I said, I've been tired. I've been just wanting to curl up and have a nap. So yawning and yawning and yawning all day. So to bring in that revitalizing energy. So that's, as we're talking here now, I'm going to start bringing in this clearing energy, an energy that will enable us to move forward, bringing that freshness. So, hi Sandy, thanks for joining. So there may have been some of you were at the light language group session the other day. That brought in a huge shift, a huge amount of energy and knowledge coming forward. So to be able to bring this in so we can start shifting this out. It's been a day for you. Okay, Mary. Lots of emotion, crying, not knowing why we're crying. Just out of the blue, there it is. So that's what I'm saying. We are really pulling off these layers, these winter layers. And for those who don't really follow the Gregorian calendar, we are coming in to the new year. This spring is rebirth. It is the time of the new year. So bringing in the day where it's equal, embracing it and welcoming that energy. We're balancing out, we're bringing in that equal energy, equal day as to equal night. So we're creating balance within and creating our spiritual alignment right now. That's really important. So, and some of you, there's been changes, lots of changes I've noticed. We've got people who their businesses, they're all of a sudden, you're just pouring your heart out into your businesses. You're pouring your heart out into your home. The planning of the garden is coming forward. The planning of the new season is coming in. So we are layering all these things onto our shoulders. So at this time, that's these emotions coming out, everything taking place in that way. So we're just gonna take that feather and practice breathing. We'll do a few rounds. Breathing in, not ruffling the feathers, just staying neutral. So in that same aspect, when you find yourself in a situation where the conversation is somebody who is really trying to ruffle those feathers, or they're talking about that story, the story that goes around and around and on, and they're stuck in the story, stuck in the victim situation. So that mentality, how do we stay neutral so that we are not taking on, like I said, if we have any space within us that negative energy is able to find a home, it's going to hop in there. It's going to just find that comfy, cozy spot within you. And then here you are carrying around this energy is not yours. It's not comfortable. Like I said, lots of tears here lately, tired, no desire to move forward. So with this energy, with this breathing, bringing us into a neutral space so that we're able to release this. Have you noticed you're able to take a nice breath in, but then when you go to exhale, it's not exhaling. It is not leaving the body. It is staying there. And you're kind of situation. I can't get it all out. It doesn't want to all come out. So that's definitely a sign that you're holding on to energy. You're taking it on. It's not yours. On the most part, usually it is not ours. You're taking on energy, something you've been working on a lot. Okay. So, and when we work with others, that as well. Our hearts start, we have relationships, and our heart takes on these energies because we don't want to see our friends holding these things, our friends and family. So we tend to find space within ourselves to take it on for them, and we actually have no right taking it for them. We should be just allowing it to go. So we're going to embrace this magic of the equinox in this day and tap into that springtime energy. We're going to find our way out through the doors. And the best thing too, the more you're able to get outdoors, soak up that sun, especially in the next couple days here with this energy moving forward. Every day, personally. That was this morning, my walk. It was beautiful. It was crisp. There was a breeze. Made me watery eyes today. Didn't grab a hat. Got out there and thought, oh, I should have had my hat on. But in the end, it was wonderful. By the time we got to the top of the mountain where we were walking and then hiking down through the bush, it changes everything. Being able to breathe, being able to, for me, to connect into nature is a huge way of allowing this to move it forward, move it out. Dealing with stupid anxiety attacks that you've never had before. Okay. It's all you are mentioning. Now I got a snow connection. I can't read it. There we go. Mentioning responsible. This isn't for me. Okay. Interesting, Kim. If you don't mind, I will tap into your energy and just see. So there again, so I would muscle test myself. Stand up, stand relaxed and comfortable. And you're going to ask your body what takes place is your body will actually move in a direction. Could be any direction. Everybody is different. Backwards, forwards, sideways. Some people swing. It's interesting to see the differences. So when you muscle test, it's just like a pendulum. And you're going to ask your body with motion, what is yes? And then ask your body with motion, what is no? Once you have an understanding what your yes and no is, then you can go through and say, body, do I have anyone else's energy within my body, within my 5-body system? Keep it simple if you like. Yeah, when we do, we forget to do them. We forget to do the simplest things, and we remember all the other stuff, or we're easy to remember to remind somebody else. So muscle test. Is this mine? And right now, I'm feeling that a lot of this isn't yours, Kim. It's a lot of things that are going on around.